Hello there, internet dwellers. Welcome back to another video. Today we are reacting to a Left 4 Dead analog horror. This was recommended to me on my Discord by Zach Fair, so thank you for the recommendation. If you guys have something to send me and you think I'll enjoy it, be sure to join my Discord. Link me something spooky in the Scare Bass submission channel, and if I react to it, I'll give you a shout out. So like I said before, this is a Left 4 Dead analog horror, and it's by CEDA, Civil Emergency Defense Agency. That is the channel name, basically. So they've dedicated the channel to this series, basically. Now, Left 4 Dead was an absolutely fantastic game, and still to this day, it holds up as an amazing zombie shooter. If you compare it to zombie shooters now, you can see that a lot more effort and passion and love went into Left 4 Dead than like these newer games that are coming out now. Like the animations that they do for each zombie death. They had like over 100 different animations depending on where you shoot the zombie, the way they're running at you, the weapon that you use. There was just, I feel like there's a lot, you know, this is a ramble, but I feel like a lot more love went into games back then than they do now. It's just games nowadays feel lifeless and like void of love, but that's just a discussion for a completely other time. So it's going to be interesting to see how an analog horror is formed off of this. I'm guessing they're going off of like the actual virus itself and maybe the journey of, I'm not sure if it's going to follow the first lot of characters or the second lot of characters, but I guess we'll find out. So yeah, here's the playlist. Be sure to check them out down below. They will be linked down below alongside the playlist. There are 2 seasons, but I think I'm just going to watch this first season, and if you guys enjoy it, and if this gets like 2,000 likes, then I'll consider doing season 2. Saferoom, CEDA. A tape that was distributed with our civil emergency care packages to help civilians construct safe rooms. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that this will work well as a analog horror, for sure. Even though, when did the first Left 4 Dead game come out? 2006, 2007? 2008 was Left 4 Dead 2, I think. But yeah, here we go. That was back when they were just releasing them back to back. Okay. I have captions on. What's going on? Okay. Let me just make sure everything's recording here. Yeah, we're good. There's been plenty of times where I've just not been recording the screen. There it is, baby. Left 4 Dead was a game changer. And I don't know what... Was it Valve who made Left 4 Dead? They make some of the best games. But they only make 2 of them each time. Don't know why that is. Introduction. With the spread of green flu throughout the northeast of the USA, contact with infected individuals has become a serious danger. We, the Civil Emergency Defense Agency, have distributed this tutorial in your care package to help protect you and your loved ones with the use of safe rooms. This video will help assist you on constructing one. Do not forget to watch other media provided to you in your care package, such as green flu, as it shares useful knowledge about the green flu infection that can be very beneficial. Now with the introduction out of the way, let's get started. I like the way that this is introduced. Feels very realistic. Before we get started, make sure you have the necessary supplies to follow along. Critical components should be included within your CEDA care package. I'm just going to say CEDA, guys. I don't know if that's the right... I'm not going to pronounce the words, the letters. Door manual, toolbox, 2x safe room door parts, portable radio batteries, green flu pamphlet, non-perishable food and water, flashlights, and first aid kits. See, this makes sense in the lore of the game, because the whole premise is that, you know, you're going from one location to another, and in between those locations there's safe rooms which you can rest and then move on to the next area. So it works really well with the game. Depending on where the safe room is located, bedding and furniture may or may not be a commodity. We are not responsible for providing pillows and sheets. Wherever your safe room is located, it's your responsibility to bring luxury items. That's fair enough. They just bring like what protects you, basically. Once you are situated and ready to construct your safe room, move on to the next segment. It's starting. What's starting? Hang on a sec. It's starting. It's all. What's starting? Before this continues, guys, I'm just nostalgic about Left 4 Dead. When you could play as the hunter and like the zombies, and oh, that was so good. That was back when like cooperative multiplayer was, and I feel like it's going to come back around. That was just such a prime time for gaming. You had Halo 3, you had Left 4 Dead, you had all these kind of campaigns that you could just co-op with your friends, and no one does that anymore. It's so annoying. Anyway, let's move on. Putting together a safe room. Now that you have all your parts situated, let's begin to construct your very own safe room. Make sure that your safe room door booklet is by your side to help assemble the door parts. I can tell you now, from a person that's assembled IKEA furniture, sometimes it doesn't help, okay? The way they put those diagrams together is so stupid. It's like you're reading rocket science. When selecting an ideal spot for your safe room, make sure it follows the safety checklist, for not only your safety, but for the safety of other individuals. Oh, okay. Safety checklist. A safe room that does not follow the safety checklist is a safe room considered at risk for failure. It's not a safe room then, is it? If it doesn't follow safety, that's a danger room. A failed safe room is when a safe room fails to protect the individuals inside, letting undesirable entities within or putting the individuals inside in danger. As long as your safe room follows the safety checklist, the risk of your safe room failing lowers to almost 0%. Keep in mind that even with following the checklist step by step, it does not guarantee you 100% safety. They're saying that for, law's sake, to protect themselves. Man, this company must have made a freaking, you gotta think, what are the companies that profit from this epidemic, right? Then you gotta think to yourself, was this planned? No, I'm not getting into it. That's conspiracy territory. We're not going there. Safety checklist number 1. Shelter in a fortifiable and defensible area, preferably underground. Windowless is recommended. If there are any openings, seal it up to minimize contacts with outside world. I'd love to see how the witches are handled in this version of Left 4 Dead. Make sure that your safe room doors are assembled correctly. If it is, install them onto the door hinges of your shelter after removal of previous door. When installing, make sure that they are securely fastened. This is the most vital part of keeping your safe room secured. I like how this is put together, I'm not going to lie. Make a valid effort that nothing is staring at you from the shadows. What? If there is, it's already too late. Well, that was ominous. You gotta think how... Oh, here we go. Okay, let's go over what to look for out in a compromised safe room. This is a safe room that will fail. Why? Can you spot the reason why? Is the door not fastened? There are weapons in the safe room. Bro, what? Of course there are. It is legal to harm any individual infected or not. So what? You're just gonna... That is such a backwards rule. They are still human? Okay, I have an issue with this. Why are their lives more important than ours? So they can beat the shit out of us and kill us, but we can't defend ourselves. No. I feel like as soon as they start assaulting, that's when you can take action. Because think about it. If a human were to come at you, attacking you, and your life felt threatened, you have the right to defend yourself. In America anyway, you have the right to kind of shoot someone. In England, I think you can defend yourself still. But obviously you can't use lethal weapons because they're illegal here. But yeah, that makes no sense to me. Who is in charge of this? Whoever's in charge of this is obviously a zombie in disguise. Insufficient supplies, depleted water. Do you hear the clanging? The rats are making the sound, nothing else. What? Hey, if rats can survive there, then humans can. No, I forget I just said that. Can you spot the third reason? There's writing on the wall. It's been staring in front of your face and you still can't see it. I don't know. There is a starer in the room. Where? On the roof? Ooh, a starer. Hang on, go back. Bro, no, it might be something on the... Here? No, that's a ceiling fan. Nah, you're bullshitting. Viewing for authorized personnel only. Viewing the following information without valid credentials will place you under arrest, okay? Pre-post mutation. So this is the... Oh, there they are. They need to freaking moisturize, man. It's what too much sun does to you guys. It's why I have, pristine skin sometimes. I don't have pristine skin. I've got eye bags. I look like a vampire. Wow. Yeah. Now it looks like, you know, those people that go on holiday, all inclusive like resorts, and then they like at 7, 8, 5 o'clock in the morning they get the sunbed by the pool, and then they just lie there for all day for a week straight, and they look like leathery ball bags. Why do you want to look like that? You're just freaking speedrunning your way to skin cancer. Okay. Okay. Damn, okay.
The origin of the starer's physical appearance is unknown at this time. This infected stalks non-infected from the shadows effectively, and even if the victim spots the starer, it may not even care that it's been seen.
What, the starer?
In the shadow well enough, in which they usually are, the only thing visible will be their gleaming eye.
Can we go?
When a starer is stalking an individual, they are not always necessarily hostile and may even leave on their own accord.
Oh, that's horrible.
However, if the starer is hostile, survivability is low with an 81% mortality rate for hostile encounters.
I can take him, guys. I can take him.
No matter the age of the infected, they will almost stop at nothing to hunt down their prey, mutilating them piece by piece.
Yeah.
With stalking behaviors, their intricate social structures, and consumption of prey, higher thought is speculated to be at play.
Damn, that predators.
Does not include
That other thing. What's the other thing? Okay, interesting. Presented by Cedar, created by 46B. There we go. Interesting stuff. Okay, let's move on to the next video then. The Vannah. Cedar. The Vannah Hotel was one of the more popular hotels in Savannah. It was nearly impossible not to see one ad of them running on any late-night television program. Once green flu began to spread in Savannah after its devastating effects on the tri-state area, we transformed the Vannah into a Cedar Center and evacuation zone. Sunday evening, September 6th, 61 degrees. A partly cloudy night. Okay, Liberty Mall has announced Jimmy Gibbs will be holding a meet and greet at their location. Fans all across the Savannah are excited for the news. Make sure to arrive early. Jimmy Gibbs. Stormy morning, light showers for the afternoon and evening with a high of 54 degrees. A newly identified pathogen has been located in the northeastern city of Fairfield, Pennsylvania. Experts seem to not be concerned about the pathogen, but are to remain cautious. Okay, so is this before? I'm guessing this is before.
Do you need a place to stay to see the wonderful city of Savannah?
Oh yeah.
If you do, come book a place at the Vannah.
The
With
Vannah.
state-of-the-art clean and comfortable bedrooms and baths, highly dedicated staff, and
There
room
they are.
service working throughout the day and night, an award-winning breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Famous for the very Jimmy Gibbs choosing to stay with
It's
us on
always
several
awkward when you get room service. Like, I remember being in bed. Like, it just, even if you're fully dressed and like sat down or whatever in the room, it's just really awkward because there's just a bedroom and it's like someone's coming into the not your bedroom, but it just feels weird. It feels like very vulnerable almost. I don't know. Strange.
The Vannah. Need a place to stay at Savannah? Just head to the Vannah.
Savannah, Unana.
8 out of 10 Americans unknown.
Oh dear. Cedar. Early September. Damn. Look at this. Look what it used to be, guys. The following is recorded footage from a camera found from rubble. Oh, okay. Okay, this is from a camera. Okay, what's this countdown for? Okay, well that's just... What is this? It's edging. A candle. Oh, okay. Nice. The hotel burned down.
Due to the spread of green flu to Savannah, Georgia, with cooperation with the beautiful team of the Vannah Luxury Hotel, we have established a CETA center with an evacuation zone for the public.
Right,
We
okay.
can guarantee supplies, safety, shelter, and evacuations for anybody that wishes.
Okay.
We will be handing VHS tapes with our CETA care packages, which in themselves will come with hefty amount of supplies, which
That's not
will
bad.
teach you about how to construct your own safe room.
Okay, which we
about
just
the
saw.
individuals infected with green flu, immunity to the pathogen.
Okay, so what we're seeing now, this playlist, is like a mixture of tapes that were sent out to people after the or
and many
during the
more
outbreak.
helpful tapes for the people who wish to stay in Savannah. When you arrive, if this evacuation center is too crowded for your liking, there is another evacuation center at Liberty Mall.
Okay.
To do circumstances rapidly escalating in these uncertain times, don't hold off on visiting the centers. If things escalate, we don't know how long these centers will take any more people. If you are
Okay.
infected, or if you think you are, we advise you to distance yourselves from others.
Go and
Make
die.
your way to one of the centers and announce your possible infection. We will take the proper amount of precautions to take you in and attempt to treat you.
I don't think...
These are really uncertain times, but with your help and cooperation, a bright light is surely at the end of this.
No, okay, that's not. See, here's the thing. Humans, we're going to want to try and help people out, right? As much as assholes as we are, and like we've caused a lot of freaking mass genocides, and we're part of just completely tearing up the earth, we do have empathy inside us, and we're going to want to help everyone. In hindsight, when you're watching a movie, you think, oh, what are you doing? Don't let that guy in. But like, realistically, if that was your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister, whatever, your wife, your husband, you'd want them to at least try to be better, you wouldn't just want to abandon them. So I understand wanting to help everyone, but at the same time, it's like, you're gonna die. There's no light at the end of this tunnel. A previous segment was broadcast on television channels on September 19th to the 21st. Only 2 evacuation centers were established due to poor preparation of management. Really? They gave that whole speech and they're like, oh yeah, we're not ready. They did not last long, both being completely overrun on the 21st. What? The signal went out on the 19th to the 21st, and the signal didn't even end. It took 2 days for them to be completely overrun. There was no like military there or anything. Oh my goodness. What the hell's the point in that military budget then? I guess it's just management, like they said. That's crazy, man. We could have saved more people. Photos of the Vannah and Liberty Mall evac centers. Before. The Vannah Hotel, Cedar Center, September 22nd. Wait, I thought you said it was on the 21st they got overrun. Or did they get overrun by people? Liberty Mall, Cedar Center, September 23rd. Oh, lovely. There's dead bodies everywhere. That's lovely. Now. Wait, that was before? Video Brighton for viewing. It's just rainy. I don't see a difference in honesty. Most of the infected have been cleared Savannah after weeks of countless hours work. What? It's still, however, incredibly eerie once you get to the downtown area. The abandoned buildings, trashed up streets, decomposing bodies, and nature taking over everything again. What do you mean nature taking over everything? Even though we are confident that most of the infected have been cleared, we can't get the feeling off that something is watching us. Oh, there's a little thing here. Here we go. Ground floor. Give me a sec. All right, we'll get to the end of this one. Which I'm guessing this is the end. Okay, this is the end. And then we'll go on to this one here. This ground floor. Is that just a dead person there? Okay, so this is like the after, obviously. It's been overrun. Well, they failed. Pretty hard. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Liberty Mall, Cedar. The discovery of those things inside of Liberty Mall. April 15th, 2015, videotape found on scene. Shouldn't we be waiting for everybody else, David? We practically cleared all of Savannah, barely ran into any infected besides a few commons this whole time. Live a little, Javier. Nobody has been in the US that isn't a freak in over 5 years. It's only natural to go and want to explore. And if we get caught off of our patrol, you let me deal with that. Okay, so this is just gameplay right now. The mall hasn't even been cleared yet. Then we'll clear it. Hey, wasn't this one of the 2 evac centers here at Savannah? Yeah, Liberty Mall along with that Vannahh hotel not far from here. Cedar couldn't keep these doors open longer than a few days. Okay, so they were overrun by people. And there were only 2 centers? That seems like a stupid move. There goes the entrance. Are you sure we should be doing this, David? We'll be fine. We even went into downtown and barely found anything worthy of danger. Damn. Yeah, the only thing that throws you out of immersion with this is knowing that it's just someone playing a game, basically. But you know what? I'm just not going to be a complainer, okay? They're working with what they've got, and I respect that. Okay, well that just... We are already this deep in, might as well continue going, right? So I'm just going to assume this is a body cam. Right, but just with absolute, like, steady cam on the go. It was a body cam with built-in steady cam. Victims continued to go deeper into the mall and then stumbled upon blank. Dave? What the fuck? Okay, this infected attacked at both of the... What? This infected attacked at both of the soldiers viciously and relentlessly, completely eating and devouring David Johnson's body, leaving almost nothing behind. We have seen some patterns of some common and special infected eating their victims, but nothing like this before. Unlike David, Javier Thompson did survive the initial attack, but due to his abdominal region being completely destroyed, he was left to bleed out on the floor. Okay, there's another YouTube link there. Audio of footage is too graphic to show. We're still going to show the footage. Oh, my camera just stopped recording. Now. Until we get a response on our best plan of action, we will avoid going deeper into Liberty Mall. I just put a squad in there. What is it with these kinds of things happening and the military just being overrun? I feel like realistically, they would be able to control something like this. I mean, with the budget that's been given to them, that surely they'll be able to control something like this. Maybe it's because it's just like so quick, it's happening so quick, it's hard to plan and like get stuff sorted. That's the kind of excuse I'm going with. Right, let's see what this little link is. That says bum. Video unavailable, this video is private. Wow, you need to fix that, Cedar. Just went out my way there. Oh well. Let's move on to the next video, guys. Trainee. Cedar. A training tape designed for new and upcoming Cedar agents. Here we go. I like these kind of videos. Is this just the intro each time? Yeah, hang on. Let's skip ahead. I like these kind of tapes because when you kind of go into that like game recording, it's like I know it's a game and it's really hard to get immersed into it. I like this kind of thing here where it's the lore outside of the game. Like, you know, it feels like you're in the universe and you're being like that first Saferoom episode was brilliant, perfect introduction to the series. But then when you start introducing like gameplay, basically, it just breaks the immersion for me. And I know you're just going with what you're working with, and maybe you have a different vision or a certain vision in mind. But that's just my honest opinion that it just breaks you out of immersion. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm watching something that isn't real. I like things that convince you that it could be real, you know? And it's hard to do that for sure. This tape is provided by the Civil Emergency Defense Agency to train upcoming staff. Distribution of this to the public of Authorized, especially at this given time. What did I just say there? We can't let them know. Okay. Let's have a little look then.
Hello.
Hello.
We welcome and congratulate you on passing the Cedar faculty requirements and now beginning Cedar agent training. However,
Nice.
due to the crisis the northeast of the US is facing by the hands of green flu, the training will have to be rushed in some places.
Oh dear.
Once the
Okay.
situation with green flu is stable, you shall receive the finer details of your training you will miss. Now, let's get started.
Brilliant. Just throw straight in there.
There are many types of Cedar agents for different potential worldwide scenarios and disasters. You, however, will be a part of the Viral and Health Task Force. Your job is to go to affected areas that we have labeled as a viral or biological risk or danger to civilians
dear.
living there, and to
Okay.
bring aid and support to said area.
Oh, that
Your
sounds
job
like a
and
death
the
wish.
reason why we are rushing your training is to go to
Rushing training in a situation like this sounds absolutely wild.
Fairfield, Pennsylvania.
I guess they
in
can't help it.
USA. Green flu has mutated. This mutation has turned green flu into a harmless cold, to a horrifying pathogen never seen in modern human history. We have
Shit.
quarantined an office building that seems to have had the first case of this new version of green flu. This infected individual with the green flu brutally and violently began attacking their co-workers, even killing some due to the injuries they had sustained. It
That
is thought
sucks.
that due to green flu's extreme infectiousness even before this mutation.
Okay, the more I kind of watch stuff like this, the more I think, if something like this was real, like you think about it like from you're watching like fiction basically, and you're like, oh yeah, it's zombies, whatever. And some people even like kind of fantasize about living in a zombie world. Trust me, you'd spend probably after a week maybe of like living out these fantasies of like, I don't know what the fantasies are, like shooting zombies, I don't know, whatever. Like it's gonna get shit. You're gonna really miss this kind of life we had before. Right now everything seems a little bit shit, but trust me, if something like this happened, yeah, you're not gonna be like fantasizing, you're not gonna be living the dream, you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna want things to go back to the way they were. And right now, you know what, I'm grateful for the way things are right now. They could be better obviously, but it could be a lot worse.
With this new strain, we have quarantined the infected person family and are doing contact tracing to avoid the potential.
Okay. Spread. Jam spread. Butter. Oh, what the hell happened there? Evacuation protocols.
With the spread of green flu going rampant in Fairfield, and public awareness starting to catch on that something is wrong, we have decided to air an emergency broadcast, and make this new version of green flu public knowledge to the world.
That's probably a good idea.
We have also decided to start opening CEDA centers around the city, to start handing out information, supplies, and shelter. The largest CEDA center in the city that we are about to start operations in, is in the wonderful No Mercy Hospital.
No
This
Mercy
CEDA
Hospital.
will be the only
No
one in the
Mercy
city right
Hospital?
now to have an evacuation zone.
That says
It will be
Mercy
your job,
Hospital.
as a part of the Viral and Health Task Force, to assist with evacuation protocols.
Okay.
Speaking of protocols, let's go over them now, shall we?
Okay. Oh dear. Well, that's seen better days, hasn't it? It was too fast for us to what? To do anything. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it probably like spread. They were turning into monsters and we had to convince them they will be okay. We lost friends and co-workers when the centers got overrun. Well, that's what you get when they were left for dead and either died or got infected. I guess that's what Left 4 Dead's about. It's like they basically just abandoned you. We had no idea what we were doing then. And sure as how don't know what the fuck we are doing. And sure as how don't know what the fuck we are getting our hands into going back into that wasteland. Epidemic. This is what they bigged COVID up to be. They locked everyone out inside their homes and made us clap for the NHS.
Louisiana brought by the United States government with the assistance of CEDA Associates. All citizens will all be wearing a filtration mask to prevent the spread of green flu if it decides to mutate to be airborne.
Okay.
If you see a citizen with their mask off or will be compromised, lethal force is authorized. When citizens enter the evacuation zone in gather masks, they will be lined up and set to each station in groups of 10. If
Right.
a person for whatever reason leaves their assigned group, lethal force is authorized. If a person starts to make erratic movement, jolts, or starts to
Erratic movements. So if you just like pretend to jump scare your mate, like, "Ugh!" just to like lighten the mood a little bit. Get him!
run towards armed or working associates, lethal force is authorized. All citizens must hand in all belongings to have them sanitized and clean too.
Okay.
Prevent the potential spread of green flu. At the green
A
flu
flu?
checkpoint, if a person has one or more symptoms that can be related to green flu or shows up positive for it, escort them to the designated infected area and
Damn.
execute them.
Wow.
They go through the rest of the checkpoints and
I guess, you know, you can't risk anything, in honesty. That's the thing, you gotta be pretty brutal.
eligible for evacuation. The infected, they are not human no more. They are not human no more.
Right.
They are not human no more. They are not human no more. They are not human.
They are zombies. I wonder if they're gonna touch on like the actual special types of. Once they tried and failed, they made the lights fall from the sky. Like they bombed the place. They were so wonderful, so majestic, so warm. So that's what I felt, the skin peel off my body. Nothing left to hide away my insides, as my skin was being vaporized. The lights failed them. The spread will continue. Okay, so they tried bombing the place, but it didn't work. Damn! It's a damn shame. So yeah, it'll be interesting to like see the special types of infected. There was a hunter, a licker, a tank, a witch. But it depends which Left 4 Dead you play. There was a jock. There was a few of them, right? There was a boomer, obviously. It'll be interesting to see that. Like that's what I'm talking about with like what works well for like when you get like an already existing universe and like inside that universe you kind of make a story up to make it seem real. You know how like Kane Pixels does it with like the light bulbs and stuff, or like the autopsies of like victims in the back rooms, videos like that, but for the special types of infected. Like, oh, you know, we're obviously you'd need to have some kind of like biomedical kind of knowledge to know what you're talking about to make it sound convincing anyway. But that is a way, definitely a way of doing it and making it very immersive and making it feel real. That's how I would approach it if I had this idea in mind, for sure. Door. The Whisper is a highly rare mutation that exists among people infected with green flu. 10 out of 10 special infected civil scale. They are extremely intelligent infected that are still able to retain the ability to speak and understand languages that they knew before infection. They are able to speak simple but coherent sentences and to rationalize. They try to lure in victims pretending to be a non-infected individual. Once they have the trust of an individual, they quickly surprise attack them and go for the kill. This special infected is known to devour the meat of its prey, which is a trait that is not seen from many infected. Although their intellect is not unmatched with a healthy individual, their physical traits nearly if not completely similar to a normal common infected. And even with the primal instincts GF09 inflicts upon its infected, their extreme thinking capabilities and manipulation is not something to underestimate, and under the right circumstances can lead countless of people to their doom. Okay. And what was that called? The Whisper. Fairfield, Pennsylvania. Photographs of points of interest. POI 1. Potential safe room. Is that a safe room? It's outside, it's not really a room. Guess it could work with a fence. Various supplies and weapons were stored. God, that goes way too quick. Various supplies and weapons were stored and found on top of an apartment roof. The rest of the building has nothing similar to this. There was no safe room door attached to the flight of stairs that led to the roof. We have no idea what the purpose of this roof was, if not a safe room in progress. We do have a theory that whoever was constructing this area either had a change in mind or was prevented from continuing constructing this area further. Making a safe room outside was unadvised. Anyways, GF09 has the chance to spread via air. Failed safe room. Oh dear. Man. Unlike the last POI, this is a fully constructed safe room. The supplies and items in the safe room seem to have been placed here relatively recent. However, the body in front of the failed door seems to be pretty recent. Be on the lookout for those things and the other ones just in case. The Whisper. Ugh, that's not cool.
I got stuck in here. I got trapped.
Oh god, that's creepy. Reminds me of Silent Hill. In the remake, I recently played the remake of Silent Hill 2. Fantastic remake, by the way. I don't care what people say, I really enjoyed it, and I think it's one of the best remakes I've played in terms of remakes. And there's parts where you go through the game and they're just like incoherent whispers or like kind of like sounds of like scared breathing, or like you hear like just like whispers. And it's like, it's just one of those where you're like, oh, where is that coming from? What is that? Why am I experiencing that? What the hell was that? Oh. Look at it. Ooh. Authorized. Cedar. Here we go. Information about the carriers that were firing at the west bank of Memorial Bridge. This will be our introduction to some of the best personnel in the extermination project and operation.
Warning, this footage is only authorized for viewing for CETA faculty in the Warning, this
Oh, it's a
footage is
tape.
only
Got it.
authorized for viewing for CETA faculty in the United States government. Please discard tape immediately.
I think I'll just watch, you know? Here we go. This is interesting. Wait, what the hell was that thing at the bottom there? Here we go, hang on. Did you know that those witches are attracted to sugar? When we were low on gas on our way here, me and my buddies Nick, Coach, and Rochelle had to go through this sugar mill with this storm on the way. I'll tell you that you would have thought that a sobbing party was going, because Lord Jesus, you could have bumped right into them on every corner. Never seen that much witches in one place. The storm that came through later drew them away, though. I didn't know that. Could you tell me more? The Vannahh. Hell, it was raining the day before. The storm before the storm, you can say. Heard the Vannahh was a good-ass hotel. Even the legendary Jimmy Gibbs even stayed there. If Jimmy Gibbs stayed there, then you must know it's been quality service. Must have been quality service. Must have also had some delicious food to serve Jimmy Gibbs. I mean, I would think. This goes way too quickly. I would think as a food expert myself. Anyway, I heard that the evacuations were going smooth at the hotel and mall because shit didn't hit the fan yet. Speaking of which, I don't even think any zombies were actually in Savannah yet. I didn't see any at least, but I knew that the flu was in the area. Most of us kind of ignored the warnings on TV. Why? Because they told us that cities like Fairfield and Newburgh were rioting due to the flu. Didn't know it was because of actual zombies. Oh, okay. They thought, no, you're not locking us up. No! Crazy how much shit can change in a day. Okay, and that was the hotel. So much shit happened on that day. It seemed like everything turned upside down when I woke up. That's when they decided to tell us that green flu can turn us into zombies. Went straight for the Vannahh Center, praying that they were still evacuating. They were surprisingly still open, but I barely missed the heli along with a couple of other folk. So this is Left 4 Dead 2. We figured out that New Orleans was the last bastion left in the East Coast from the zombies. We tried seeking haven at the Liberty evac, but that was deserted. We traveled long and far, doing some crazy shit to get where we're at now. Anything else you need to know? So this was... Is this from Nick's perspective? Did he say New Orleans?
Authorization is given to the neutralization of anything that can cause possible danger or harm to fellow associates or evacuees. This includes any type of infected / non-infected individuals of all kinds, including carriers. Carriers are individuals who are infected with green flu, but do not show any signs of green flu, and if they do, they are the less severe effects. The effects that do not take their humanity. Even if the individual is not rabid like most green flu infected, they still have the capacity to spread green flu as easily as a normal infected would, posing a safety threat to everybody around them. If there is a carrier that has been identified throughout the evacuation, and the carrier center is already full, take them to the designated quarantine area.
Neutralize them, damn. So if you're a carrier of the pathogen but you're showing no symptoms, basically you're just going to get shot because you could pass it on to someone who
These ain't zombies.
will just turn straight away.
Somebody's been shooting people.
Somebody. Christ, Coach, you know who did that.
I love the use of the Left 4 Dead 2 stuff. That's really cool. Following are the photos of the carriers who were responsible for the shots fired at the West Bank side of Veterans Memorial Bridge. They were picked up by Rescue 7 after traveling along said bridge. They were brung into the offshore aircraft carriers for questioning and tests. I'm not even going to look and see if that... because that last video was unavailable. Okay, so it's the Left 4 Dead 2 guys. Wendell Coach Jones. What does that say? Notes, a good, solid Christian man, leader of the group, and seems to have done a good job doing his job. He is a coach after all, enjoys Burger Tank and has a fondness for Jimmy Gibbs. Also, was it Coach talking? Nicholas Murphy. Refused to answer any questions, only responding with the word bitch. Kept on reiterating that we are simply going to kill them all, so there was no point in answering anything. Okay. Rochelle, a news reporter sent to Savannah to cover Cedar's evacuations. A pretty smart woman, has a good sense of humor, big fan of the band Depeche Mode. Or Depeche? Ellis Gilman, the youngest of the group, good personality, was easily the most timid at the start of interrogation. Once he felt comfortable, every little thing turned into a half-an-hour story. If there was anything that the others would not tell us, he would easily give the ball away. We were given the authorization to neutralize them after gaining all the info we can extract from them. Holy shit, really? They are a risk to everything and everybody around them. Why? So they survived the monsters just to get killed by the real monsters. But right before we can, Cedar offered to take the carriers off our hands to an undisclosed location. They said that they don't need to be shot in a controlled environment, and also commenting about how they have the capacity to treat the carriers more humanly than we do. Yeah, I'm just fucking killing them after them, which is fine. Oh, so they're carriers, sorry. They're actually carriers of the flu. Which is fine with us, as long as it's not on USA soil. We are responsible for everything that happens here now with green flu. They're going to fly them out somewhere and shoot them. They at least confirm that it won't be on any sort of continental body, so that there are no opportunities for green flu to spread anywhere else. Unless Cedar does something stupid, I wouldn't put it past them. Okay. They collected the gang and was going to kill them, but Cedar picked them up and said, we'll take care of these guys. Interesting. Okay, so we're on to the second from last video. Let's get into this. Summary. Cedar. Incident summary of Liberty Mall 4815. The discovery of blank. Incident summary Liberty Mall 4815 Savannah, Georgia. 4/8/1815, David Johnson and Javier Thompson left their patrol route to explore Liberty Mall that was not cleared yet. Their mutilated bodies were found in front of the ground floor of the Kleppers store. A singular infected was responsible for their deaths. Half of its body was severely distorted. It had incredible strength and agility for its stature, which resembled an old woman. Oh, it was a witch. That infected tore those poor kids to shred. The footage from their body cams was hard to watch. We never encountered an infected like this before. The closest we ever seen something like this is the Hunter. Okay, so they're going into the special kinds of infected right now. Special infected that used to be very common in the early days of the pandemic. It's now been 3 days and we have been directed to start clearing out Liberty Mall. All of the units in the New World have been notified about this infected and to stay alert to look out for any other potential instances of it. Sergeant says that it was most likely a one-off mutation due to no other unit in the country mentioning encountering an infected like this. I mean, the more an infected goes on, the more you're going to probably see a bunch of mutations, you know? This whole situation just proves that New World is still as dangerous as ever. Even with the lower infected population, there is a reason why the ones that are still here have been alive for so long. Sergeant said that the reason David and Javier died was because... Is that Xavier? Xavier. I keep saying Javier. Javier would be with J, right? Xavier. David and Xavier died was because they went alone into the unknown. That if they had at least more numbers with them, they would probably still be here with us. That whatever this infected was would have gone down with a little more extra firepower. No infected is immune to bullets. They all go down eventually. Well, there's truth to that. I wonder when the tank's going to come into this. Because that was a big boy. We are getting ready to clear out the mall tomorrow. There seemed to be not much activity inside of it besides the monster looking infected. That monster looking infected. We are confident that this isn't a new special infected class. There is no way there could be more of those things, right? How about we stop assuming things, right? Because it makes an ass out of you and me. Okay, so this was at the very start, the safe room. So where was this starer that you were referring to? Down there? Oh, it was underneath, observing within the shadows. It was staring. Oh dear. Okay, back to the game footage. They were stepping into their domain, observing the intruders within the shadows. They were staring. Okay, is this meant to be Xavier and Dave? A clearing unit entered Liberty Mall, compromising of 20 people. My god, that's some heavy rain. Only 3 came out. Damn. 17 died. Is it a witch? The unit stumbled upon their colony. Dear Lord. This is not the same infected that attacked Johnson and Thompson. Johnson and Thompson. Yet it showed the same behavior as it. Same as the infected at that colony. Incredible speed, agility, and durability. These infected are establishing colonies, nests. How can we only run into this now? Seems like Sargent was right. All potential work that has been done in this extermination is now in question. This is no doubt a new infected class, or a class never reported before. Now there's only 59 total of us left at home. We are going to what? We are going to have to report this to headquarters. It's not going to forget those bone-chilling what? Bone-chilling stares and gleaming eyes. Right. So we've kind of done a full circle here. Let's move on to the last video. Green flu. Cedar. A tape that was distributed with our civil emergency care packages to help civilians learn about green flu. Okay, so this is one of the tapes.
Keep everybody's loved ones safe and
okay, yeah, let's cut that intro out. You watch, I had like some riveting story plot points there. Now maybe this can give me some answers. Oh, okay, so the captions are someone who's watching this video alongside us. Jeez, I hope. This tape is Cedar property. Table of contents. About green flu, infection and infected. Why add a table of contents with no timestamp? Guess they must have been in a rush to push us out to the public. What is green flu? Green flu is a newly discovered pathogen that was no different than the common cold. However, it has now mutated to a severe illness affecting countless people throughout the northeast US. This video is to help you learn and understand what GF09 is, how to identify infection and immunity to the pathogen. Keep in mind, we are still very early into this epidemic. Information in this tape may be outdated or subject to change as we learn more about this pathogen at a later date. We as Cedar have always made the effort to be 100% transparent with everybody across the globe. We are not withholding any information about green flu. Yeah, sure. Tell that to the freaking government tapes in the last videos. And if you're watching this tape, we're gonna cut off your balls and fucking shoot you in the... I know, I'm well aware of that. I know. About green flu. The first ever documented case of green flu was at late August in Fairfield, Pennsylvania, before its severe mutation. Green flu pre-mutation was akin to a less deadly flu, although what initially caught our concern was its extreme ineffectivity and mutation rate. In early September, green flu mutated into an early form of what it is today. We attempted to contact trace to avoid the spread, but due to GF09's extreme ineffectivity, all attempts turned out futile. Green flu has now been inflicting chaos all along the east coast of the USA, causing pain and suffering throughout the affected zone. Pain and suffering, tell me about it. Yeah. Yeah. We have no clue on what green flu exactly is, as direct observation of GF09 is extremely limited due to the nature of the pathogen. Theories have circulated claiming to be a new variant of rabies or VCJD, mad cow disease, but none of these theories have concrete backing at this time. I can feel it in my head. I can feel it in my head. Transmission. There are multiple ways an individual may contract green flu. Bodily fluids. Blood, saliva, mucus, or bile entering the body. Body openings, eyes, ears, nose, mouth. Open wounds, bites, scratches, cuts, etc. Air contact. If green flu mutates to do so without warning, it can begin to spread via air for a brief but deadly amount of time. Oh my god, you're gonna have to wear a Bane mask. Symptoms. When infected, there are 2 stages to green flu after incubation period. Docile stage. Aggressive stage. Docile stage. Incubation time can widely vary from a... Why does it say shut up? You telling me shut up? Incubation time can widely vary from a few minutes to days. It ultimately depends on a person's tolerance to the virus. Seems like you don't have much. What? What's that meant to mean? In this stage, symptoms of green flu... Who is editing this tape together? God, they're a bit sassy, aren't they? In this stage, symptoms of green flu may begin to be apparent and the infected individual may begin to fall to green flu, but maintain their sanity for the time being. That is not me. They may begin to exhibit flu-like symptoms including, but not limited to, headaches, runny nose, itchy throat, difficulty swallowing, weakness, pale skin, sensitivity to bright lights, and hallucinations. Can I just talk about these guys here, right? They're watching alongside us, or actually at the same time, and they immediately commented, like, how fast are they reading this? Aggressive stage. Once an infected individual has started lashing out at non-infected, they are considered to be at the aggressive stage. At this point, green flu has gotten a good grip of the victim and most, if not all, sanity and reason has been lost, as you soon will experience. Why stop that? Why? What's wrong with you? It's like I don't know, a hater who just wants to see the worst for you. This stage is usually accompanied with, but not limited to, seizures, vomiting, diarrhea, internal bleeding, muscle spasms, brain damage, body disfigurement, and extreme aggression. They are still human. Violence and committed against people that are infected is still illegal. That's crazy. I'm fine, just not feeling well from exhaustion. Wait, what? No, I won't. What are they talking about at the bottom there? What the hell do you mean, no, I won't? I'm fine, just not feeling well from exhaustion. Doesn't help that my neighbor gashed me really good. Oh god. I'm fine. I'm not infected. What did that say at the end? This goes... Your humanity is slipping away. Oh, das ist nicht gut. Immunity. There is no immunity to green flu. A better way to describe it is the word tolerance. Incubation times and the amount of time in the docile stage is completely reliant on the amount of tolerance the body has to green flu and how long it can withstand it before succumbing. Only a tiny fraction of the general population has a gene that makes them immune to green flu's effects, but still harbour the pathogen and able to spread it freely. These people are classified as carriers. Okay, so yeah, the 4 people were carriers. Carriers are individuals who carry green flu but suffer little to no effect. They are able to keep their sanity. A good carrier is a dead carrier. Oh dear, okay. I am infected, there is no point in denying it anymore. I'm actively losing myself. I can't even tell if half the shit I watched was in my head or not. I'm so thirsty. I can't drink any without gagging it out. Okay, you got freaking, what do you call that? Hydrophobia. That's rabies. I swore I was blacking out in the middle of watching this. What is happening to me? I'd shoot yourself in the head, personally. Why is this happening to me? I don't want to end up like the things my neighbor turns to. These infected, they are not human at all. Not anymore. There is no treatment for this infection. But I do have this. Hell yeah, brother. Nice snub nose. Shoot, do not shoot. Oh, what should we do? Let's shoot ourselves. Hell yeah. Got a little multiple choice there. This is cool. We'll go back and see what happens if you do not shoot. I have no choice. I have no other option. I have no time left. I can feel the flu melting my brain. That's just a man flu right there. Yeah, I can feel that. I will not become one of its servants. Lord, please forgive me. Oh. Reassign MP4. Is this... What's reassign? This is unlisted. Okay, hang on. Let me go back. Let's go to do not shoot. We got like multiple... I can't do it. I'm a coward. I guess all I can do now is wait for this nightmare to be over. There's a risk that you shoot yourself in the head and don't actually kill yourself as well. Or you just like end up, I don't know. Oh my god, he got snapped. Thanos. Oh dear. Zam! Claws. Okay, so there's two different like things for this. Okay, so let's watch reassign first. Viewing for authorized personnel, blah 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 blah. This is for your own well-being. Information regarding reassign location, Newburgh. Newburgh. Newburgh was one of the major cities that was infected earlier into the green flu outbreak. That was the first ever city that was bombed to potentially slow down the spread of green flu. The city was ablaze for weeks, being nicknamed the Burning City. Ash fell from the sky like snow, and the city irradiated orange from a distance. After all was said and done, it became a burned husk of a city it once was, left to rot with the rest of the USA. After resuming Operation Extermination, Newburgh was a city that was on our list to begin clearing out. After arrival, Newburgh is a city that we have never encountered the likes of before. Experienced personnel are needed. Carriers such as Nicholas Murphy will be beneficial to this mission. He excels at not only reasoning with other carriers in New World, but also terminating New World special infected. Wow. Uh-oh. At my coach! Base of operations and patrol routes have already been set up and in use for weeks now. We'll be waiting. Okay, interesting. So that was reassign. This is claws. Okay, extremely dangerous special infected class that stalks its victims and violently tears them apart when the opportunity arrives. Sarahs are a complicated infected, able to communicate with their own class and having intricate social structures. There is no... How small is this handwriting? This is crazy. There is no predetermined factor that mutates people into starers. It seems they just occur by... What is that? By what? By chance. Why is the population so high? Starers come in all shapes and sizes. A defining physical characteristic of starers is one half of their body being distorted one way or another and their eyes gleaming in the dark. Bro, you need to write in all caps. This is why mechanics are told to write in all caps, because anyone can understand all capital handwritings, especially when it's very important information. That way you don't get anything wrong and you know what you're reading in front of you. Passive staring behaviors, not making an effort to conceal itself or preserve itself. Preserve? Most stalkers Have I been calling them starers? Well, no, that's okay. Most stalkers acting passively are simply curious. Lethal engagement is heavily discouraged as well as close contact. Neutral stalking behavior. Making an effort to something by lover. What? Most stalkers acting neutrally are either being careful or probing for predators' behavior. Close vicinity is heavily discouraged. Prepare for possible lethal engagement. Predator stalking behavior. Making an active... Okay, good lord. This is hard to read, man. How small is that writing? Making an active effort to conceal itself and stalk from the shadows. You are their active target. Lethal engagement imminent. Keep something contact to possibly intimidate. I don't know what that says, guys. That is crazy. Mutations of mutations. A special variant of Astera found at the Liberty Mall hive, which was firebombed shortly after this. Wow, I'm sorry, I can't read that, guys. My goodness. That's Astera? Or a stalker? Why are they stalkers? Starers? Claus. Santa Claus. Oh, that's stupid. It's been months since the Liberty incident, and we are still not sure what this infected exactly is. We do not know if this is just a one-off mutation, if this is a variant of Astera, or a whole new entire special infected class, although we are leaning more to the idea that this infected is a mutated variant of Astera. What we do know for certain is that this is the infected that wiped out most of the clearing unit. So it's pretty strong. Oh my god! Claws from the body cam footage of Clara Bakul. This is the best view that we have of this infected up close. Brightness enhancing does not reveal much. After the discovery of the hive, with careful consideration, we decided to firebomb the mall. Yeah, I would too, after seeing something like that. This will not become a habit. Because of the foliage everywhere in New World, wildfires are a serious risk. Officials are planning to resume Operation Extermination since our 5-month hiatus, revisiting areas that were thought to be clean and clearing out new cities, such as the city of Newburgh. So we're going to Newburgh, baby. It's probably what Season 2 is about. Only time will tell if we run into another instance of a Astera hive or another Claus-esque infected again. Interesting stuff, and that is where Season 1 ends. I'm guessing Season 2 will look more into maybe, you know, the other infected, like jocks, tanks. I mean, witches were touched on here, so I'm not sure if they'll be touched on more, but that was super interesting. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I'd say the only criticism I have of this series was the gameplay kind of threw me off, because I know it's a game, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's hard to really immerse yourself when you know, oh, I've played this bit before, I know what they're doing. But I like the kind of outside perspective of things, like this is what's happening, you know, the things we don't hear about within the game itself that might be happening within the world. And that makes it a lot more realistic. Like I said, you know, biopsies of, or autopsies of special infected and stuff like that would be really freaking cool. And maybe something happens within, they're inspecting a boomer for the first time and it explodes. And like, oh my god, what the hell? And then they end up infected or whatever. That would be pretty interesting for sure. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was awesome. Yeah, if you guys do enjoy this video, if you enjoyed this series, go check out Cedar for yourself. Go subscribe like I'm doing right now. Go like the videos, all that good stuff. If you guys enjoyed my reaction to this content, consider subscribing if you're not already. This is the majority of my content, reacting to horrors, analog horrors mainly, all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Take care, guys.